Hey everybody, and welcome to my 8th vlog. Yes. This vlog was actually not supposed to go the way it's about to go right now. I had completely different plans for it, but I think, you know, that's the thing with vlogs. They just happen as they happen, and so I guess today's vlog is going to be something a little different, and I hope you will enjoy it. Hey you guys, so we are looking for this little park that's like down the road from me to do a young self-portrait. I just wanted to see you guys like a little bit of the behind the scenes of how I shoot, how I do my self-portraits. It's fabulous timing because it's golden hour, so you'll see the light hopefully like hit me right in the back in like 3, 2, 1. Am I not like shining? Yes. But we're looking for a little location, which is like this park that I'm gonna go to. I've been wanting to shoot here since I got to PE. I have a nice park with me over here. But I wanted to just chat to you guys about how I do my self-portraits. Nothing too fancy about it, if we're being real. It happens in parts and it happens in stages. And I think I'm going to show you guys the first 2 parts. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so before every shoot that I do, whether it's a self-portrait, a beauty portrait, or I'm shooting somebody else, I always begin with some sort of conceptualization process. So I'm always thinking about what exactly do I hope to achieve with this shoot? What exactly do I hope to create with this photograph I'm about to take, with these photographs that I'm going to take, whether it's of myself or somebody else. I think it's really important just to sort of like be creative in your thinking process, like that moment where before you take the camera and you start shooting and going out, what exactly do you want to capture? Like, what is it that you want to snap? And it's not really limited to the portraits. You could also have this type of mindset and mind frame for when you're shooting either architecture or urban street photography. Like, what exactly are you hoping to capture? And I think with my portraits, I'm always looking at how I can enhance either my beauty or the beauty of my model or subject. So for example, with these photos of my sister, I knew for a fact that like golden hour by the beach, you wearing like nudish or like blush pink type of clothing is really going to enhance your golden skin. I knew that. I told her, like, for makeup, don't do anything heavy, please don't do anything heavy, let's just go for like bronze colors, brown colors, like really warm colors that would enhance and accentuate your natural beauty. So I think that's something that's super important when you are doing your portraits, is what's the concept. You know, if you are going to be shooting golden hour shoots, like what are all the little things you hope to capture in those golden hour shoots? You know, do you want that light hitting your model from the back or from the front or from the side? Are her colors going to complement the hour of the day that you're shooting? Or, you know, if you're capturing somebody else, like what are all the little things that will enhance that person's natural beauty? So that's really like my conceptualization concept process, you know, before I take my camera and start like shooting, like what exactly do I hope to capture? Okay, so location wise, really great. We're in the park, we've got like golden hour happening like right over there, so the sun's beginning to set and it's filtering, slithering nicely. You see all those like little rays, those are like really beautiful to capture. So I'm really happy about that, super stoked about that. You're probably gonna find me messing around in that general area. I'll see what I can do. I mean, it's a bit dark, but it's also like I like the different textures that's happening on these leaves. You know, you've got these flat leaves, you've got these interesting, like, I don't know what kind of leaves these are. Very interesting textures, so we'll see how I can play around with textures. But I'm really like that light, like the way that light is happening, that light flare you see, that's exactly what I want to capture. which brings me to point number 2. So point number 2, as I grab my crown and my tripod, point number 2 is time of day and your location. Those are super important when it comes to portraits for me. I mean, when I'm doing beauty portraits, like, that's limited in the sense that I can only really think of location wise, like in my room or maybe in a room somewhere in the house, but I have to think about like the background, like what's the background going to look like that's going to make sure that what I have on my face is going to complement. So there needs to be like a little bit of like a balance between the two. You'll never really find me having like an off or a super dark like background if my makeup is like super light. I think for me, I'm always trying to be complementary with the colors that are on my face as well as the background. So that's something you need to be like aware of. You know, like right now I'm on location and I thought about the fact that I like the greens in this place. I'm wearing black and white striped like little jumpsuit of sorts. I knew that I wanted golden hour because, you know, the light, it's really perfect. So you need to think about like the time of day is also super important. Best times are always your golden hour. So that's like as the sun rises in the morning and as it's about to set, like right now. Sorry, I feel like I'm out of breath. I feel like I ran a whole marathon. I don't know why I'm so out of breath, but time of day is super important. So golden hour is always the best to shoot, just because you'll see like that light that just comes through. It's so pretty, it's so beautiful. Another time of day that I like to shoot as well, it's like when it's cloudy, not really raining. I haven't experimented so much with rain photography. I hope to do that like soon, but when it's like really cloudy, I like shooting in those conditions as well, because the clouds kind of act as like this giant soft box from the sky, and so you get really like more natural neutral tones from the skin. You don't get all these harsh shadows that you'll have like on my face right now. Okay, there's not many shadows, but you don't get those shadows from sunlight. I'm so out of breath, guys. I feel like I've literally ran a marathon. But anyways, let's start shooting. Let's start taking some photos. So we're gonna kick off in this area right here. I think I'm gonna actually stand roughly around this area, because look at that light. There's nothing obstructing it except for like a tree over there. So here are the raw unedited photos, and they kind of look like this. Okay folks, we are officially losing that gorgeous light. It is basically gone, but we are officially done. Where's my crown? Let me go get my crown. A girl never forgets her crown. But we're basically done with my little self-portrait shoot, or at least like part 1 of it, where I was just telling you guys that, you know, first off, conceptualize the idea, like what is it that you want to shoot. Do your homework, do your research, look if there aren't any other photographers or other creators who have maybe shot something similar, and there's something about that picture, about that image that you perhaps are really into, you feel, you enjoy, you like. But yeah, I think like doing a bit of like homework in terms of just trying to conceptualize and get a really good idea of what you want to shoot is step 1 for me, at least, in shooting my self-portraits. So even if it's makeup, I'm always thinking, okay, like what kind of makeup could I do that hasn't really been done in a while by anybody, perhaps either in like South Africa or I don't know, the world, or how can I take a beauty portrait from a magazine and spin it around and make it my own. Those are all things that you can do, think about in terms of conceptualizing what you want to shoot. And then of course number 2 is just like finding a really good location, and keeping in mind the time of day you want to shoot. I mean, even if it's not like a really pretty, it doesn't have to be like the fanciest location. This is literally just a tree with spikes on it and dead branches and leaves that really are not the most appealing. You know, it's not like a palm tree or a coconut tree. It's not really fancy, but you can make do with the environment that you've got around you. I mean, I'm literally like 500 meters away from home, but I figured I want to shoot here, and I think I got some banging shots. You guys are going to see them at the end of the video. But yeah, I hope you kind of got a little bit of a glimpse in terms of how I shoot, you know, my process, my creative process in terms of how I get the images that I do on the gram, on Twitter. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to give me some positivity in terms of the pictures that you'll see at the end, then definitely leave me a comment below. Give me yellow hearts. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time with editing these, just because I really want to make sure that it's something that like I really am proud of, and that I'll share with you guys at the end. You'll be the first to get them, because I'll probably will post them on Instagram later in the week or next week. But until then, cheers guys, and I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.